Oh, hey, Stilgar, how's it going? You doing okay there?
What is the most you have ever lost in a coin toss?
I don't know, maybe a couple bucks? Also, nice bowl cut.
Thank you.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be reviewing the Dune wave from McFarlane Toys. I have the full wave here minus the Mega-Figure, which is the Baron Harkonnen. I'm still waiting on him in the mail, so if this video does well, then I'll make a video of him. These are figures that came out a year ago, give or take, because the movie Dune was supposed to come out a year ago. So I'm a bit behind. To be honest, I had no interest in these figures until I saw the movie, and I loved the movie, so had to pick up the figures. I had never read the book Dune, never seen the old movie, so the first time I watched the movie was the first time I met any of these characters, and it was one of my favorite movies of the year for sure. So excited to unbox two of these figures today. Duncan and Stilgar I had purchased earlier before I started the channel, so they're already open, but I will be reviewing them as well. To start off, I'm going to review the Duncan Idaho figure. He was my personal favorite character from the film. Excited to check out this figure with you guys. So this little cloak that I have does not come with the figure. This is a really poorly made cloth that I just cut and tried to make into a cloak. Two not great results, but I'm gonna try to keep working on that, and hopefully I'll get a more realistic looking cloak. As far as the figure itself, he comes with two swords, one a shorter sword and his longer sword. Here, I'll take those out. So a little bit of silver paint, black paint, or more of a charcoal gray, I would say. And then the other sword, the longer one, same paint, the silver with the charcoal gray. Really cool designs from the film. He also comes with the still suit mask, which I took off just because most of the time in the film he doesn't use this. So for me, I didn't use it, but it does slide on easily. You can either have it cover his face, or you can do the down look. It does cover his mouth a bit, so you gotta be creative if you want to get that out of the way. But cool little feature. I'm glad that it's removable, just so you can see that full head sculpt. As far as the head sculpt itself, there we go. Sorry about that. So the head sculpt is decent. It's not quite Jason Momoa, I will say. They got the eyebrow with the little cut, which is a nice touch. I feel like the hair is too light. I think he has darker hair than that. The only time it's this light is when he's got the blonde mixed in when he's Aquaman. But, so, a little too light for the hair, I would say. There's just something off about his face. It's just not quite Jason Momoa. I feel like the skin color is a little too pale as well. But it is better than it could be. If you want to see a worse looking Jason Momoa, look up the McFarlane Toys Aquaman from Zack Snyder's Justice League. That one does not look like him at all, which I believe those figures were rushed and they had to spend less time on the face sculpts because almost none of them look like the actors, unfortunately. I do like those figures though. If you'd like, I would love to review those. If anyone's interested, let me know. I have all of them. Anyways, back to Jason Momoa, aka Duncan Idaho. Overall, really good figure. Oh, he also comes with the Dune base. Forgot to throw that in there. So it's got the little Dune logo. Which, side note, that Dune logo is awesome. I love that every letter is the exact same shape, just facing differently. Great touch. So as far as the figure itself, he's clearly wearing the still suit from the film, and it looks really good. A lot of great sculpting went into this. You, as McFarlane Toys usually have, they have the toe articulation, which is always a nice touch. This little, I don't know what you'd call it, part of the suit, it is separate from the shin piece, so it moves around a little. What I like about that is it covers up the ball joints that they use for the ankles, which is something I'm not a fan of that McFarlane Toys does. You can see them better on the wrists. And, you know, the gloves cover it decently well, but not a huge fan of these ball joints that McFarlane Toys uses. I'm hoping they'll get away from those eventually, but as far as the knees go, they are double jointed. They're a little tight, so okay. Gotta be careful. They can snap easily if you just quickly shift them around, but double jointed knees, which is always nice. Double jointed elbows as well. So let's see how far he can bend his, oh wow. He can bend his elbows quite a bit with that double jointed elbow. Sometimes those don't go as far, so it's always nice to see that. He can comb his hair. He does have butterfly joints, and they are quite good. So there's a lot of extra movement you can get with those. As far as the chest, I believe it's, I don't know if it's an ab crunch or a ball joint. It's hard to tell. I think it's a ball joint. Usually ab crunch is when it's two plastic pieces with the abs cut out. So this feels more like a ball joint. He does have bicep swivels, so they move completely 360 degrees. And his head, I believe that's a double ball joint. Let's get that focused again. I apologize. So he can look up about, it's not very much, but he can look up a little bit. If you really want him to look up better, throw in the the ball joint in the chest, and that'll help him look up, but he doesn't really look very far up, and that's partially because of the ponytail, I believe. But he does look down quite a bit, and he can go side to side. Oh, what's going on here? He got stuck there for a sec. Can go side to side quite well. And he can turn his head quite a bit also. Again, the ponytail kind of impedes movement, so just watch out for that. Overall, I really like this figure. I do wish it looked a little more like Jason Momoa, but it is much better than the Zack Snyder Justice League. Got Stilgar here next, and right off the bat, he looks incredible. It's the same exact body sculpt, so I won't go over that really in this since I already touched on Duncan Idaho. But just look at that head sculpt. He looks just like Javier Bardem. This is fantastic. And I'm going to take this off just so we can see it better. I mean, wow. They really did a great job with that likeness. I mean, every angle, it looks just like him. Which, Javier Bardem is a very unique looking man. Definitely handsome, no question about that. But he is unique looking, and so it makes me wonder why they couldn't capture Jason Momoa, but they could Javier Bardem. Maybe they put all their money into him. I don't know. But as far as accessories, he comes with a backpack, which Duncan does not. So that's different. It does just have two pieces here, so you just pop it over. It doesn't really connect anywhere, so you just kind of sits or rests on his shoulder. Cool little accessory though. He also comes with a chiss blade, I believe they're called. And I believe these are the Fremen weapons. Same one that Paul uses in the film, or same style. Why will that not focus? There we go. So the chiss blade, it's got the dark gray and then the light gray coloring. One thing with McFarlane that's very common, they have excellent sculpting, excellent details, but the paint can be lacking sometimes. So a lot of times customizers will make great improvements on McFarlane Toys because the detail is already there. See that in the pommel? But you just need to bring it out with a little more paint, which hopefully McFarlane can continue to get better. They still do a good job, but not a great job, I would say. So Stilgar comes with a base as well. And those are all of his accessories besides the Build-A-Figure pieces. And overall, he just looks awesome. Like I said, that head sculpt, I've never seen Javier Bardem as an action figure, but it looks just like him. So very pleased with Stilgar. Of the two so far, he is definitely my favorite. I did forget to mention that Duncan Idaho comes with the arms, both arms for the Beast Rabban figure. And then Stilgar comes with the torso and waist. I already put them together since I already bought these a little while ago. But we will build the rest of him later in the video. Alright, so here's Lady Jessica in the box. As you can see, comes with her figure, the stand there in the back, a chiss blade as well. She also has a backpack and three pieces for the Build-A-Figure, which include the head of Dave Bautista, aka Beast Rabban, or Rabban, not sure how to pronounce it. Also comes with his sword and his whip. And here we have Lady Jessica out of the box. Right out of the box, the first thing I'm noticing is it looks like her body sculpt is the same one that Paul's has. Look how broad those shoulders are. I get it. They're trying to save money, save resources by using the same sculpt, but at least try to make the shoulders less broad. I don't know. It's just not my favorite design choice. But she is a good figure for sure. Same still suit. They all have the still suit, which, I am a little disappointed that all of them are in the still suits. It would have been nice to have, maybe Lady Jessica in the more traditional robes, or Paul even with his, house clothing. But, oh well, that's just a personal nitpick. The face sculpt is quite good. It's not 100%. I feel like the skin color, it's very flat. It just doesn't quite, I don't know. It's just not quite there, but it's close. The still suit masks, They are smaller for Lady Jessica and Paul, it looks like. We'll have a look at that later, but so it doesn't cover her face as much, which is nice so you can see her face. But also, it should go over. Oh my goodness, I just scuffed her nose. Look at that. And it's still struggling. I just scuffed her nose up trying to put on the mask. That's unfortunate. It's not seeming to come off either. So I won't be doing that again. It looks fine as it is though anyways. The hair is quite good. There's a black wash to bring out the detail, which is nice. Nice sculpt for the hair. The still suit, very similar, just a smaller body. The articulation is the same as well. Got the double jointed knees. Whoops, sorry. The double jointed arms. Yeah, so similar proportion, or excuse me, articulation. I won't touch on it as much just because it's the same as Duncan and Stilgar. The thighs do like swivel out like that, so that can help get some different angles for the legs, different poses there, and still got the toe joints. That's nice. So yeah, as far as accessories, she does come with a backpack, just like Stilgar. It's the exact same thing, except this one wraps around more, I believe. Let's see. See if I can get it on. It does kind of, it is awkward with her hair. It kind of gets in the way. So, you know, it looks all right. Now, it doesn't fit as well as Stilgar, but it works. And then she also comes with a Chiss blade, just like Stilgar. Same exact thing. And finally, we have Paul Atreides in the box here. He comes with 2 legs for Beast Rabban, 2 knives, apart from the Chiss blade, which also has the stand and the figure. Here is Paul out of the box. He comes with the 2 Build-A-Figure pieces, 3 knives, including the Chiss blade, and I guess 2 blades from the Atreides clan, or Atreides house, I should say. He comes with his base as well. As far as the figure itself, the face sculpt is very, very good. They really did a good job with capturing Timothée Chalamet's likeness. I mean, that is spot on. Kind of like I said with Lady Jessica, the skin tones are very flat, and that's true for all of the characters. So, not the greatest paint job. However, the likeness is phenomenal here. And the eyes look good too. So they did a good job there. I was right. At least I'm 90% sure that these are the same body sculpts. And actually, Lady Jessica has such a long neck that she's taller than Paul. Which, you know, they're close, but it is kind of bothersome because he's a lot taller than her in the movie, or at least the actor is a lot taller. So if you're a scale junkie, it might bother you, but for the most part, it's fine. She's not like a foot taller or anything, but it isn't quite accurate there. Again, same body, same still suit. He looks really good though. Great likeness, and as far as his accessories, he does have these 2 knives. Well, 3 with the chiss. I've already shown that, so I'll show these more. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Pretty basic. It doesn't look great. One thing with McFarlane, they make giant handles. Sometimes they look goofy with their weapons because their figures, they make the hands so wide, or the openings, so they have to make these giant handles, which when they're holding it, I guess it doesn't look as bad, but it is kind of weird sometimes. And yeah, so there's Paul. Again, there's that. My camera sucks, but he looks quite good. You can tell they made this body buck for him and then just reused it for Lady Jessica. Okay, so as previously stated, I already built the arms into the body, and those were kind of tricky to get on, but obviously doable. And sometimes it just helps to heat things up. Sometimes the plastic is just a little bit too stuck, or the joints, I should say. The legs are proving difficult, so let me get a better angle on that. Okay, so it's actually quite hard to get those legs on, and even after I really put some effort into it, they're really weird. They don't like click in, they just kind of and maybe I'm not getting it quite there, but they don't quite connect. So I'm gonna have to heat them up and try that, but I mean, they seem to be in there, so let's go to the head. Okay, that popped in decently. Easily, I should say. And he looks great. I mean, great Dave Bautista head sculpt. I mean, it looks just like him. And he's a character I'm definitely excited to see more of. Dave Bautista is a great actor, so he seemed like he had a lot of rage, his character, so I'm excited to see more from him. He even has the weird wrinkles on his head, like the movie. So that's a cool touch. I don't know if you can see those. Anyways, as far as the figure, the detail is great here. It's mostly just black paint. There is some kind of metallic gray almost. And the textures are great. Kind of looks like that leathery look. Got the shinier part. They even have like a more material looking sculpt, so it's just very well done. Tunic looks great. He only has single jointed elbows, so you get about that much motion. And double jointed knees though, so that's nice. The legs that I got are very tight, and so I won't risk that just because I feel like they might snap. But he has the ball jointed wrist just like all the others, and the ball jointed feet, or excuse me, ankles. but you can't see them because of his baggy jeans. Oh man, those look bad. I guess they look evil, so that works. Works for the character. No, it's just like the movie design, so they did a good job. And for the weapons, close up of the sword and the whip. And the whip looks really nice when you just have it hanging down. I'm sure that was the intended use of it. So just kind of got that hanging, waiting to be used, just like in the movie, waiting to use the weapons that he never did. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really love these figures for sure. I do have some gripes as I went over, but overall, great figures, great representation of the characters in the movie. So if you are a Dune fan, or if you're like me, you liked the movie, you're becoming a Dune fan like me, go ahead and pick them up. I would recommend them. Anyways, thank you so much again, and let me know your thoughts. Do you like the figures? Is there something you don't like? What figures would you have liked in the line? I would have liked to see Duke Leto in his armor. Gurney Halleck would have been cool. Anyways, let me know, and thanks again.